From teen mom to trailblazer, rewriting the narrative of young parenthood, welcome everyone. Today, we're diving into a story that's going to challenge everything you thought you knew about teen parenthood, resilience, and the power of community. We're exploring the extraordinary journey of Dr. Rosemary Oglesby-Henry, a woman who's redefining what it means to be a young parent and a leader in our society. I recently had the privilege of interviewing Dr. Oglesby-Henry. And let me tell you, her story is nothing short of revolutionary. This is a woman who took the label of teen mom and turned it into a badge of honor, a catalyst for change that's impacting thousands of lives. She's not just changing the narrative, she's rewriting the entire book on what's possible when we invest in young parents. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Teen parent, isn't that a recipe for disaster? Well, buckle up, because we're about to shatter some stereotypes and challenge some deeply held beliefs. Let's start with a little thought experiment, shall we? Picture in your mind what you think a typical teen parent looks like. Got it? Now, I want you to take that image and set it on fire, because the story of Dr. Rosemary Oglesby-Henry is going to incinerate every preconception you've ever had about young parents. Imagine this. A young girl, barely old enough to drive, finds out she's pregnant. The world around her starts to crumble. Dreams of college, poof. Career aspirations, gone. A bright future, dimming by the second. At least that's what society tells us, right? But here's where our story takes a sharp left turn. Instead of succumbing to the narrative that society had written for her, Dr. Oglesby-Henry decided to grab a pen and write her own story. And let me tell you, it's a page turner. This young mother with a baby on her hip and determination in her heart didn't just finish high school. Oh no, that would be too easy. She went on to college, then graduate school. And then, because apparently sleep is for the weak, she earned a doctorate. That's right, folks. From teen mom to Dr. Oglesby-Henry. How's that for a plot twist? But here's the kicker. And this is where it gets really good. Dr. Oglesby-Henry didn't stop there. She looked around at other young parents struggling with the same challenges she had faced and thought, not on my watch. And that's how Rosemary's Babies Company was born. Now, I know what you're thinking. Rosemary's Babies, isn't that a horror movie? Well, let me tell you, the only horror here is the way society has been treating young parents. Rosemary's Babies Company is flipping that script, turning what many see as a life sentence into a launch pad for success. This organization isn't just changing lives, it's rewriting family trees. Imagine a place where teen parents aren't judged, but supported, where education isn't just a pipe dream, but a tangible reality, where young moms and dads learn not just how to care for their babies, but how to lead themselves towards a future brighter than they ever dared to dream. Let me paint you a picture of what this looks like in action. Picture a young mother, we'll call her Sarah. Sarah comes to Rosemary's Babies Company feeling like her life is over before it's even begun. She's scared, she's alone, and she's convinced that her dreams of becoming a nurse are now nothing more than a fairy tale. Fast forward 2 years. Sarah's not only finished high school, but she's starting her nursing program at the local community college. Her child is thriving in quality daycare, and Sarah's got a support network that would make the Avengers jealous. That's not just a success story. That's a revolution in action. And Sarah's story isn't unique. Rosemary's Babies Company is serving over 200 families every single year. That's 200 young parents who are breaking cycles of poverty, 200 children getting a better start in life, and countless future generations who will benefit from this ripple effect of empowerment. But let's zoom out for a moment, because Dr. Oglesby-Henry's impact goes way beyond the walls of her organization. This woman has become a force of nature on the national stage. She's been featured in Forbes. Forbes, the magazine that usually talks about billionaires and tech moguls, is now talking about a former teen mom who's revolutionizing the way we support young parents. And it doesn't stop there. Dr. Oglesby-Henry is out there speaking at conferences, starring in documentaries, and basically shouting from the rooftops that teen parents are not a lost cause. They're an untapped resource of resilience, determination, and potential. Now, I can see some of you shifting uncomfortably in your seats. Maybe you're thinking, that's great for her, but what does this have to do with me? I'm not a teen parent. I don't even know any teen parents. And that's exactly the point I want to dive into next. Because here's the thing. Dr. Oglesby-Henry's story isn't just about teen parenthood. It's about resilience. It's about looking at the hand you've been dealt and saying, watch me turn this into a royal flush. It's about the power each and every one of us has to overcome adversity and create positive change in our communities. Think about a time when you faced a challenge that seemed insurmountable. Maybe it wasn't an unexpected pregnancy, but perhaps it was a job loss, a health crisis, or a personal setback that felt like it was going to derail your entire life. How did you respond? Did you let it define you, or did you use it as a catalyst for growth and change? Dr. Oglesby-Henry's journey teaches us that our greatest challenges can become our greatest strengths. Her experience as a teen parent didn't limit her. It became the foundation for her life's work. It gave her a unique perspective and a passion for helping others that no amount of traditional education could have provided. This brings us to a crucial point, the power of education. But I'm not just talking about formal schooling here. I'm talking about the kind of education that transforms lives, the kind that empowers people to see beyond their current circumstances and envision a better future. For Dr. Oglesby-Henry, education was more than just earning degrees. It was about gaining the knowledge and skills to change her life and the lives of others. It was about learning to advocate for herself and for those who couldn't speak up. It was about understanding systems and structures so she could work to change them from within. This is the kind of education that Rosemary's Babies Company provides to teen parents. It's not just about academic support, although that's certainly part of it. It's about life skills, parenting skills, leadership skills. It's about teaching young parents how to navigate systems, how to set goals and achieve them, how to build a support network. And here's where we come to the third pillar of Dr. Oglesby-Henry's success community. Because let's face it, no one achieves greatness alone. Dr. Oglesby-Henry's journey was supported by mentors, teachers, and community members who saw her potential and invested in her success. Now she's paying that forward by creating a community of support for other teen parents. This community aspect is crucial. It's about creating a network of people who believe in you, who support your dreams, who lift you up when you stumble. It's about changing the narrative from you can't to we believe you can. Think about your own life. Who are the people who have believed in you, even when you didn't believe in yourself? Who are the mentors, friends, or family members who have supported your dreams? And more importantly, how are you paying that forward? How are you contributing to your community, lifting others up, being a source of support and encouragement? Dr. Oglesby-Henry's work reminds us that we all have the power to create positive change in our communities. It might not be on the scale of founding a nonprofit organization, but every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every moment spent mentoring or supporting someone else creates ripples of change that extend far beyond what we can see. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, that's all well and good, but I'm not Dr. Oglesby-Henry. I don't have her experiences or her drive. And to that, I say hogwash. Every single one of us has the potential to be a catalyst for change in our own spheres of influence. Maybe you've overcome financial hardship. Guess what? You got valuable insights that could help others navigate similar challenges. Perhaps you battled depression and come out the other side. Your story could be the lifeline someone else needs to keep fighting. Or maybe you've achieved career success against the odds. You could be the mentor that helps someone else break through barriers. The point is, we all have something to offer. We all have experiences, insights, and strengths that can lift others up. And in doing so, we lift ourselves up too. But here's the kicker. And this is where Dr. Oglesby-Henry's story really hits home. It's not just about what we can do individually. It's about the power of collective action. It's about creating communities of support that can transform lives and reshape societies. Imagine if every community had a Rosemary's Babies Company. Imagine if every teen parent had access to the kind of support and resources that Dr. Oglesby-Henry provides. Imagine if we, as a society, chose to invest in potential rather than write people off based on circumstances. The ripple effects would be staggering. We'd see generational cycles of poverty being broken. We'd see young parents not just surviving, but thriving. We'd see children growing up with role models of resilience and determination. We'd see communities being transformed from the ground up. And here's the beautiful thing. It doesn't take a miracle to make this happen. It takes people like you and me deciding that we're going to be part of the solution. It takes us looking at the Dr. Oglesby-Henrys in our own communities, the people who are doing the hard work of creating change and asking, how can I support this? How can I amplify this? How can I be part of this movement? Because make no mistake, What Dr. Oglesby-Henry has started is a movement. It's a movement that says every person, regardless of their circumstances, has value and potential. It's a movement that believes in the power of education, community, and self-leadership to transform lives. It's a movement that's rewriting the narrative on what's possible when we invest in people rather than write them off. So, as we wrap up this talk, I want to leave you with a challenge. I want you to think about your own journey. What adversities have you faced? How have you overcome them? And most importantly, how can you use your experiences to lift others up? I want you to look around your community. Who are the Dr. Oglesby-Henrys in your midst? Who are the people doing the hard work of creating change? How can you support them? How can you amplify their efforts? And finally, I want you to think about the narratives you believe about others. Are there groups of people you've written off? Are there potential leaders and change makers you're overlooking because of your own biases or societal stereotypes? Because here's the truth. The next Dr. Oglesby-Henry could be the teenager bagging your groceries, or the young parent struggling to finish high school, or the person society has labeled as at risk or disadvantaged. The question is, will you see their potential? Will you be part of creating a community that supports and empowers them? Remember, resilience isn't just about bouncing back from adversity. It's about using those experiences to propel yourself forward and to lift others up along the way. Education isn't just about degrees, it's about empowering yourself and others with knowledge and skills to create change. And community isn't just about where you live, it's about the network of support you build and contribute to. Dr. Rosemary Oglesby-Henry's journey from teen parent to community leader and national advocate is a powerful reminder of what's possible when we refuse to be defined by our circumstances, when we embrace education as a tool for empowerment, and when we build and contribute to supportive communities. So, I leave you with this question. How will you use your experiences, your education, and your community to create positive change? How will you be the Dr. Oglesby-Henry in someone else's story? The power to transform lives, your own and others, is within you. It starts with believing in yourself, investing in your growth, and then extending a hand to lift others up. That's the legacy of Dr. Rosemary Oglesby-Henry, and it's a legacy each of us has the power to continue. So let's go out there and make some noise. Let's challenge stereotypes, support potential, and create communities where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Let's be the change makers, the supporters, the believers, because when we do that, we're not just changing individual lives, we're changing the world one story at a time. And who knows, maybe the next inspiring story I'll be sharing will be yours. So go out there, be brave, be kind, and most of all, be the Dr. Oglesby-Henry that someone in your life needs right now. The world is waiting for your unique contribution. What are you waiting for? Thank you.